A growing number of homeowners near the La Crosse airport are drinking and cooking with bottled water after learning their wells are contaminated. As we first reported earlier this month, the hazardous man-made compound was sprayed at the airport and spread through the ground into more than 100 private wells.
The city has acknowledged responsibility for the spill, but as News 8 Now's Amy DuPont explains new at 10 tonight, not the cost.
Up and down 2nd Avenue East, town of Campbell residents are holding their breath, begging their neighbor to the north for help.
It's only right that they work for us in this instance because it's not our fault.
More than 100 private wells surrounding the La Crosse airport have tested positive for a dangerous compound called PFAS. PFAS was used to produce the firefighting foam sprayed at the airport for decades. It wasn't until the 90s that scientists learned exposure to small concentrations of PFAS were linked to thyroid disease and cancer. And it wasn't until this fall the city of La Crosse learned PFAS in the ground at the airport spread.
We are taking it very seriously.
The city acknowledged responsibility for the contamination and is providing bottled water to 45 homes with the highest PFAS levels. But those homes will need a permanent source of clean water, possibly piped in from the city. Mayor Cabot can't say whether the city will cover the cost.
The short answer today is I do not know that. That's something that, again, the city council is going to have to work out with the DNR and what exactly the DNR is going to require.
Cabot says the city is exploring lawsuits against the companies that make the foam. A settlement could take years. And even if it's successful, Cabot doesn't know how that money would be spent.
No, that again would be a common council decision as far as either reimbursing costs or working out, some future program to help people with their water supply. I don't know what that would be right now.
Leaving homeowners on French Island frustrated and scared.
We've trusted them as a neighbor to be a good neighbor to us, and it turns out they haven't been.
Left waiting without water or reimbursement for their troubled taps.
Well, the city is expanding its well testing sites to south of I-90 because they don't know yet exactly how far the PFAS compound spread or how many wells are contaminated.
Meantime, the FAA still requires airports to use foam made with PFAS during an emergency. Cabot says the city now has steps in place to limit sprayed foam from getting into the soil.